Hello, Twitch. Welcome in, everyone. Just a quick run and grabbing back and grabbing my water and my coffee mug. How is everyone? Welcome in. Happy Monday. I sort of have to remind myself every week on Monday that I stream on Mondays now. Even though it's been since the beginning of the year. Let's make some coffee. We got the stream meters all set up. We got all the goodies here. I went and finally got my shopping done. For anyone that's been reading in the Discord. I laid down in my bed at 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'll just sit down for a little bit. Yeah, that was a mistake. Spent the better part of the next hour trying to convince myself to get back out of it. Oh, we hot here? This ain't feeling hot. No, you're not on. Boo. So you have to wait for water now. So Poutine tonight. Going to be doing some French fries, homemade French fries. Gonna be frying my own French fries. Welcome in, Bun Buns. So we'll be doing French fries. I'm gonna be making supermarket gravy, but we won't talk about where that broth on the stove is from, but it is beef. I do have my last filet mignon from the quarter steer. And, yeah, we'll mix all that together. I got the cheese sauce still chilling out in the refrigerator, too, from a week ago. I figure, why don't we throw that in some boiling water, some simmering water, and why is my screen flickering? Stop that. Is that flickering for you folks too? I hope my camera isn't that bad. So, we'll be doing that next. Didn't see. Okay, well that's good. But it was blinking out on me really quickly there. So we got the cheese sauce there. It just did it again. Cheese sauce, cheese curds, filet mignon, beef gravy, fresh made, homemade French fries. Gonna be doing twice cooked potatoes for our fries. I've got water on the stove already there. That's what's right there. So we'll boil the potatoes and then we'll fry them. And to make things even more frustrating, after I procrastinated so long and didn't want to get up in order to get things to start the stream today, the first store I went to, which was the most convenient, of course, I didn't have the things I wanted. And I had picked up half of the things I wanted and they didn't have cheese curds. I'm like, okay. So I had to go back and put the potatoes and green onions back because I ain't gonna buy those if they don't have everything I want. Went to a second place. Yeah, I'm not liking that. I'm not sure what's doing that. I hope it isn't getting too hot again. Wow, is that thing run hot? I hope I get that fan cooler here soon. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, according to Amazon, but it literally shipped this morning, so I have a feeling it may be another day. Either way, I hope it's here for Wednesday's stream. Yeah, I'm not liking flickering. So we have a winning ingredient for Wednesday. Make sure we got rid of these in this. I think I got rid of them this time. Yeah. So you want to make suggestions to get into that vote, you add them to this channel. And the winning ones end up over here. And so we did frozen pizzas last night as a makeup for last Wednesday. And tomorrow it's going to be Dino Nuggets. Dino Nuggets. Wednesday. Wednesday. Water's up to temp. Yay. I don't like that it's doing that. It keeps flickering now. Poutine! Welcome in, Clipper. How are you this fine evening? It's a wonderful Monday. Recharged the batteries on this thing and it's like too powerful now. Want this thing like half run down. Is there a reason you should be shamed? Are you Canadian, especially a Western Canadian? I don't know that you really should otherwise. I mean, it's sort of a... It is quite lovely. I'm going to start by heating up some water here. And I'm going to start by also reducing some beef broth over here. Nice little flame there with the gas on. And we're going to start cutting some potatoes. Give these a quick rinse off. And that one's going in the compost. It was split open. Just happen to have a few more potatoes though. I think one more will do this. No relation to the comedian, is there? Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do here first. We wanted to do a little peeling first. I mean, I don't want to completely peel these, but I do want to get a good portion off of them. First battle already? That was quick. First one's always quick, though. I think we'll go for haste here, see what we get. Mm. Boo. I don't like that song. Let's try that once more. I'm still going down here. Getting some water for my potatoes. Realizing that I haven't changed the screen. Ooh, that was a... I didn't think of that one either. I actually took a second and looked at that one after you were saying you were gonna get one of these. Hopefully I could give you an easy hint or something, but... Alright, let's go back and do the rest of this the way I wanted to. I want to do majority of them and make sure we get any problem spots covered like that. I don't mind a little skin on my fries, but I don't want them absolutely covered. I know this looks really rough now, but it looks much better once they get cut. I might actually do another potato here since some of these are looking so beyond. Yeah, like this one's... Wow. Yeah, that one's just going in the compost. Not getting good luck with the potatoes here lately. Nice. All sorts of sirens tonight. That was a police officer, too. Wondering what's going on. It's just water to keep it from oxidizing. It'll also help pull a few of the simple sugars off the surface, but that's more what the boiling will do than this. So, just water. Any of the cloudiness there is just the starch from the taters. Let's see, we're almost to a boil over here. Maybe just a little bit too wide of a pot to get a good boil with that burner. Here's hoping I didn't put any potato clippings in my coffee. However, while this is plain water, I am going to be putting some vinegar in that cooking water. Why vinegar? Well, the point of the cooking is to break down the insides and not break down the whole potato. And the vinegar helps with that, with the water. If you'll notice, if you just cook straight potatoes in boiling water, they'll get really soft, like fall apart. And so hopefully this will still cook the outsides of it, but they'll just be sort of flexible. That's the intent. I've forgotten half of the science if you haven't figured that out. Welcome in, Nan Reader. Do I have that book? I know I've read that book. But if you're interested in food science, there's that. The one that I would really suggest to you, but is really rough reading. It's like reading a. It's like reading. It's just hard to read. It's not fun to read. Is on food and cooking. It's now ancient, and there's some things in that even he doesn't agree with anymore. But Harold McGee. Yep. Nice, Nan Reader. I'm actually going to add some more water to this and see if I can't crank it up all the way. Nice. Did you get into actually food development stuff, or you're more on the nutrition side, or what got you into it? That's cool. I can respect that. I watch a lot of stuff just for that exact how it's made. I used to be like royally addicted to videos like that. Why does it do that? And it's becoming more and more sciencey and like if you look at the top people in culinary these days, the ones that are like pushing the limits on what the culinary world is doing, most of them are getting into really in-depth like fermentation, like all the stuff that Noma's doing, or even like David Chang was doing some of that before he sort of dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know. I haven't seen much from David Chang for a while. Yeah, he closed up most of his restaurants and stuff. He's still got some stuff, but yeah, I think he just sort of like, I've done my bit, I made my money, I'm out. Like, he had one of the kids that I actually graduated from college with was the exec chef of his, I forget the name of it, but it was a New York restaurant where he was like pushing the limits on things. Like, that was the whole idea of the concept, like pushing the limits on fusion and all sorts of things, like just pushing the limits on what people considered, okay with things. And they ended up shutting that down. I know he's still working for him. Well, I know he was at least working for him pre-COVID. But he shut down that. He shut down several of those other ones. I want to say he sold off his rights to Momofuku. But yeah. I don't know. It could have been that he sort of like felt he boxed himself in too, because yeah, but he could have felt. I could see him feeling like he sort of boxed himself in too, because he really pushed hard on that whole ugly delicious thing and how food doesn't have to be beautiful to be delicious, sort of a thing. And I don't know if that boxed him in or not. Stereotyped him with the public or something. Wow, there was all sorts of words that I thought that was to start off with, and now none of them are working. Boil. Why you not boil on command? Lemon car. Why couldn't we just trade that N and that O for an A? Boil. Try trading sides here. This burner's slightly larger. There's no U either. Huh. Was that it? How was that it? This one has to be... This can't be English. This has to be... Actually, this is probably Spanish. Cornmeal. Welcome in, Hud. We're waiting on boiling water to boil our taters. Let's open our packages of cheese while we're at it. At least be visually exciting. Fresh cheese curds. I had to go to 2 stores for these. Used to be... Part of that is, I'll go ahead and... The first place I went to was Whole Foods, which was the easiest, is the most convenient for me to get to. And they used to carry this brand. And that just falls under them carrying less and less and less local products, less and less, like, specialty items. I'm more and more frustrated every time I walk in that store, and I have been for years. Like, I used to make broth all the time. I used to view one of the local makers of broth as like my competitor. Didn't really, but at least to a certain degree. His stuff isn't in the stores there anymore either, and he's like, don't know what the deal is. Like, as soon as, well, I know what the deal is. Amazon bought it, and as soon as Amazon bought it, things changed. But I do love having all sorts of local products like cheese curds like this available. I think one package of that is probably going to be enough for this project. So I probably overordered. I'm going to put the other one in the fridge. That better be enough for this project. Okay, we're now boiling over here, so Pan and parchment. Parchment just instead of paper. Towel, which I think they're going to be a little bit more likely to stick to. We'll switch these once again. A little bit better. Can handle a little weight with the left arm today. Still feel it if I do some major weight with it though. I had that boiling. Oh well, we'll call it close enough for this. Just like a handful at a time. We'll give them 2-3 minutes. I know that's not very appealing from a view, but it'll help it with the boiling. I'm going to give them a little bit longer than 2 to 3 since it's not quite boiling. There's another unusual sound. Wonder if there's a forest fire in the north of the county or something. Because I don't normally hear planes heading into the airport. I think my neighbor might have set off their smoke alarm again. They've been doing that a lot lately. One second, I can't quite hear over the music. And maybe I'm just hearing things. So these are cooked, and the outsides are nice and sort of starchy soft, but they still got some strength to them. They bend. Yeah, I don't know if I trust that. I think I'm just gonna give everyone haste. Watch the whole battle be within that circle. Victory. Inchby getting them kills. Number 2 getting the assists. Inchby getting the 200 gold. Congratulations, sir. Oh, we got for a boss here. Ooh, we got the Kraken. So this just means we want to kill things quick. High damage. Rogues. I'm going to put my rogues out here. We're also going to start down at this end. Sorry to whoever this was. See how we do here in 30 minutes. Ooh, gotta take these out. For anyone who wasn't here at the beginning of the stream, we do have a winning ingredient for Wednesday's challenge here. So it looks like I'm going to be making dinner and dessert using Dino chicken nuggets on Wednesday. It was either Dino Nuggets or it was Tarragon. So it was either flavor that I don't want to work with or texture that I don't really want to work with. Is this reduced enough for me, or I want to reduce this more? We might live with that. I think that's at least reduced by half at this point, which is rather quick. I still got... Oh, I lost my... Why is this thing losing signal? I think it's that. Try putting in a different USB here. Come on, computer. Windows. This is just getting ridiculous at this point. What the heck is this? Either connect it or don't. Did that fix it? All he did was take it out of the port and put in another one and then put it back. I mean, I cleaned it a little bit. What? That isn't part of your normal language? I say that word every day. An entry in modern French table service, and that of much of the English-speaking world, is a dish served before the main course of a meal. Are you saying it's an appetizer? It sounds like an appetizer. I know that was probably the definition of that word. That sounds like that looks like a bacteria word to me. Or maybe a fungus or something. Like, if you had MMS or Cisia, it'd be like, well, how much longer you got? Of course it's commissary. So fitting. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're doing. I was like thinking of like mushroom names and funguses and. So we got some fries par cooked now. We can get rid of this water back here. Got my filet out now. I'm gonna clean up this silver skin on the outside here. Oh, cut knife. Why ain't you cutting? Please cut for me. Not normally my place to butcher things here, but I'm just going to live with this. This is going to be there's going to be a bite or two where it's going to be a little toughness going on in there. I'm just going to live with it. Goosefish. So that's set. We're just going to let that hang out and warm up a little bit. Get our oil set up for later. Get that starting to warm up. Over here in the gravy side, I'm going to get some starch together and thicken that up a bit. Do I have a starch cup started already? I do. Let's get rid of the junk inside of it though. I don't know if I remember hearing of a goosefish before. And I wrote that dictionary. Or I didn't write it, but I at least typed every word in it. Working with my oobleck. Trying to get it all mixed in and soft. There we go. Now we get it all mixed in there nice and smooth. We'll turn this heat back on this stock over here. I'm going to throw this slurry in the fridge while we wait for that to come back up to a boil. Probably going to have to stir it again, but let's look up a goosefish. I don't know what a goosefish is anymore. And I've lost my link to my dictionary. I don't have my dictionary in front of me anymore. Only about 100 degrees on the oil and the surface temp right now. Let's break out the proper temperature thermometer tonight for this. So that 110 down there is the current temp. The 122 is what the alarm is set to. I don't know why it's set to 122. I hardly ever use it. Oh, hey! That woke up a little bit there. Let's give you a little stir up. Apparently there's a little sediment going on here with that reduction. Hey Evangeline, welcome in. How you been? Working on making a nice thick gravy here. You don't want to go too far with it, so I'm adding a little bit, letting it come up to a boil, seeing where we're at, and then going further. I think I'm happy with that, especially once it starts to cool down. Yeah, that's not too bad for... Not too shabby there. Though I am tempted to add a little Marmite in there. Just for that added umami boost. That's a dish you gotta have gravy with. Gotta have gravy with your chicken fried steak. We're up to almost 200 there. Poutine or country fried steak? Do you think it's worth the effort? Or are you trying to please someone this evening? Really small flame on that back burner there, just trying to slowly warm that up while we do everything else here. I want a cheese curd. Mmm. Cheesy. You have energy today. Awesome. I have days where I have just like zero energy whatsoever. Though I somewhat equate that to probably how much time I've spent at home the last couple of years. Because I didn't used to be that way. Bechamel. Well, just keep this in mind. I do a horrible job of sharpening my knives. I think my knives are always dull. I haven't tried doing it, but there has been a ton of services that have popped up where you can just ship your knives out and they'll send them back to you sharpened up. I just got my stones and do my thing every now and then whenever it frustrates me. Yeah, there's a couple of guys that go around. Well, I don't know if there's still a couple of guys. There used to be a couple of guys that used to go around the farmers markets here and would, just hang out and sharpen knives as people bring to the farmer's market. I actually remember as a kid, there used to be a guy that goes through our neighborhood would just clang on a bell. It was sort of like, as a kid, I would think it was like the ice cream dude or something. My parents would have to, no, it's just the dude that sharpened knives. And yeah, I probably wouldn't trust either of the guys to go to the farmers markets here, because they're all just using grinders, and they're not going to bring out a stone and do a proper edge on a cooking knife compared to, I mean, you can do a pretty damn good job with a belt grinder, don't get me wrong, but it's also going to take off a lot more metal in the process. That sort of, like, it's not the right way to do this. It's the easy way. What's in the squeeze bottle? Squeeze bottle is leftover spicy cheddar bechamel that I made, I think it was Wednesday? It was the filling for my fried pickles stuffed with nacho cheese, which I love those. I've done those twice now and they're amazing. I'm almost tempted to do them again. I mean, I still got the pickles. Nice, Rafter. Welcome in. Yeah, we're just sort of waiting here on our oil to heat up. We got cheese sauce warming in the back. We got our beef gravy thickened and hanging out over here. It's got skin to it and everything. It's perfect. Still torn if I want to throw the Marmite in there. I mean, that is straight up like the epitome of what I think of when it comes to beef gravy, like old school diner beef gravy. That's what that tastes like right now. I'm torn on it, Clipper. Like, I always want to add more umami, more depth, more savoriness to things, to the point that I'll add too much. And I sort of think that is almost perfect right now, and I still want to add umami to it. Capicola. That's the good stuff, the gabagool. So I was toying with the tags on my stream today, and I changed a couple of them. I ditched visual ASMR for chill, or chilled. Anyone out there know all the tags? Anyone got any suggestions of what I should be flagging my stream as? I've tried using AMA in the past. I mean, I know none of them are really gonna change the world for me. By the way, there's a new emote. That's of yesterday. I'm gonna turn the oven on now. Let's say 275. Just to hot hold the fries after frying them and giving me a little time to sear my steak. Give that a slice up. Sounds promising. Be right back. I don't have one of my... The post-it notes are all in the back. Yeah, I am not a big fan of well done steak. And I will admit that some of the beef that I cooked off of this quarter, there were a couple of dishes that I didn't do great on, in my own opinion. Some of them have been amazing, especially the roasts that I started off in the immersion circulator. Both of those were amazing. Welcome in, Smat Talk. Waiting on our oil to heat up here. We got fries to fry. Anyone just joining in, we got fries to fry that I already cooked once in boiling water. We got some beef gravy ready to go here. I've got some leftover cheese sauce that I thought might be an interesting addition to this, so that's just chilling back there trying to warm that up a little bit. Oh hey, I just reconnected to the chat room for some reason. Yay, Twitch. Signal all looks perfectly fine tonight. I don't have any drop frames tonight. Thanks for the suggestions, Clipper. I'll try and cycle through them and see what ones give me a little bit better pop, or even see if we get some new faces in here from them. Ginger's always so tough for me. It's one of those ones that I use just enough that I'll consider buying it fresh, but usually when I buy it fresh, I don't end up using it. I love ginger, but yeah. I should probably find ways to use ginger a little bit more. Saying that. Pineapple. Oh. Yeah. This was quite amazing. This is still quite amazing. As you can see, a lot of it's gone already. But pineapple pie with pepperoni pizza crust from yesterday. Clipper. I wonder what percentage. Well, it seems to me like Twitch's average age of viewership has jumped way up, but as I remember it, maybe like a year ago, I would have said, I don't know how many people on Twitch would get that joke, Clipper. Now I don't know about. I actually sort of think most of the people in my chat might get that one. Are you saying that this is a Gilligan's Island type of stream? I don't know what that means about the stream, but it classifies it somehow. At least I'm not Gilligan. Captain isn't much better, though, as I remember. I don't know, the professor wasn't all that bad. This is so slow. Eat up already, oil, please. Yeah, let's put a rubber band around that. When I say rubber band, I mean silicone rubber band, not rubber band. really a tailpiece here. Another 8 degrees. 343. 44. Let us all know, Evangeline. Actually went down in temp from that, but hopefully it's more evenly in the pan now. Wow, it's really going down from that. Let's turn that heat up a little bit more then. Okay, I guess I'll look it up. No worries. Hmm. Is it just Turkish? Is that really as simple as that word is? I can't find a culinary term for it other than just Turkish. Ooh. 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 We can fry. Yeah, I guess it's just Turkish food. I don't know how I feel about that one being in a culinary dictionary. They're already feeling crisper. This should be about a 6-minute fry for the second batch, or for each batch. Nice. Except for the first 3 weeks post planned. Oh, we had a battle ready that I'm ignoring. Shame on me. So we're going to call this our first batch. Fresh hit of fine salt. Those needed a bit more. Let's give those a bit more. Let's bring that oil back up to the temp before I put them back in there, though. Let's do our battle. Battle to war. Beware the Kraken. Just as the Kraken came out, we won that one. Inchby getting those assists and the scrolls. Where is Personify? All units take 50% more damage, and this increases moment by moment. So this to me means warrior map. Where do we want to mass up? Let's start down here at the bottom. This sort of pins us all in there with the water and all that, and so... something like that. First batch going back in again because it wasn't crispy enough. Next batch, I think I might want to put it in there about 375-ish, and it'll drop down to something more like. You're supposed to be following me, camera. Follow me, camera. You're not supposed to be blinking either, but hopefully my cooling method tomorrow will help this, or the next day arriving will help us out. It honestly looks a bit silly, but I spent 15-20 bucks, I forget exactly what it was, on this little heat pad with dual fans that's going to snap to the back of this phone. It's built for like gamers that are going to use their phones so much that they overheat. I don't know, I've never used a phone so much that it overheats that way. Done it a couple of times for streaming now, though. Now that's looking a little bit more fry-like. We'll give those another hit of salt. And Barry started dying, yeah. I just realized what I want to do with my other camera. And the question is how I'm going to set that up. It's a pretty heavy one too. It's a camcorder. Well, yeah, I'm sort of over the sink, thinking over the sink, but I'm also thinking over this whole corner. Because, like, right now, I would love to be able to show the fries that are par cooked and the fries that I've fried instead of maybe the cutting board. And of course, then I couldn't leave things in my sink to hide them from you. Not that I would do something like I don't do things like that. No. I also don't hide things from you folks over there either. I often feel like I'm not ready to start streaming if my kitchen is not clean to start the stream. Like, I have to have a clean kitchen to start my stream. I'm going to wait until we're at least 365 to throw this next batch in there. I'm just happy with how much I've gotten into cleaning up my house from where it was when I started this year. Like, I had gotten some things just the way I should not be leaving them, and as I feel like it, I sort of feel like I'm pulling parts of my life back together. But all right, next batch, frying. Scallopini. I was actually thinking of adding that to the menu in the near future, doing like a turkey scallopini or something like that. I think I saw someone just do that recently, though, too. I might have just seen, like, I don't know if it was Chef de Party. Someone might have just done that on Twitch recently. That was one of the first, like, restaurant dishes that I was taught to do. Of course, the one I was taught was with veal instead of one of the other scallopinis. And it was far from what I would think is authentic these days. But it was one of the first ones I learned in, like, line cooking, saute cooking. scallops. Like scallops. So it's typically a medallion meat that's sliced in medallions, somewhat in the shape and size of like scallops, and then it's quickly. Restaurants, it's usually like pieces of thin veal, that sort of a thing, but you get what I'm. And it's lightly browned in the pan, and then it's tossed with the sauce. Yeah. That one's right there with the gabagool. That's another one of those mafia dishes. I think of that as like scallopini, and I think 1980s Italian restaurant. Salt. Oil reheating. And we're going to put these lovely specimens here into the oven to stay warm, dry out a little bit. While that oil is reheating, I think I'm going to start in on cooking my steak here. So we're going to switch to a little wider view. Turn the heat back on over here. This pan was smoking, so it should be pretty warm still. I'm just gonna, I don't want to use olive oil for that though. Just a hint of oil. That was too much. In the bottom of that pan. And for this, we're going to salt this liberally. salted liberally. Got our pan well coated here. Bring that back up to smoke temp, which is probably not too far. We're at a light smoke right now. Halfway there to our next battle. We got 14 minutes till our next battle. Not a big fan of pushing on my meats, but that one's so lopsided that it needs a little help to guide where it's going to be. Not a lot of color there. We're going to go back to that side. It's sort of cheating. You can't see it on camera right now. But because this is a little bit of a longer piece, it's easier for me to tell how quickly it's cooking through and how well it's cooking through. Switch to a high fan here. Sorry if that messes with audio a little bit. Now we're getting some nice color going there. Turning down the heat a little bit because we are getting up there in temps with the smoke, and I'm worried about that flashing over. 66. Let's add our next batch of fries in. It's going to be our hopefully second to last batch here. It's a smoky. Okay, steak's off of the heat, and heat's off of the pan. We're going to move our thermometer here and get our taters back out. I don't know, I think those need another moment. They're close though. Meantime, we got our steak here on the board. Looking nice and lovely there. Still feeling mighty rare there. We'll see how that turns out in a couple minutes of resting. fresh salt. First batch looking slightly darker than the first batch. Now the question is how much should we cool the oil down? That water back there still ain't feeling very warm. I'm going to kick that up a little bit more. And we can set this pan inside of this one, which will help warm up our gravy a little bit without direct flame under it. I boiled and then I'm frying. So, different method than double fry method. Same premise. You're going to cook it at a lower temp and cook some of those outside starches, remove some of the excess sugars, and then fry it later. So, essentially the same thing, just we're going to let that sit for another minute or two. Already up to 325 over here on our oil though, so that's good. I not only boiled them, I boiled them in water with some vinegar. And the vinegar helps the structure or strength of the potato. Even though you're cooking it through before you're frying it, it's still got some structure to it. You don't add the vinegar, it doesn't have any, it's just smush. I think I'm going to let this rest in the oven a little bit. The rest of those fries. Yum, 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 yum. Wish I had some bread to soak all that goodness up. Might as well get the plate out too. Battle. I think this is probably going to be our last battle of the evening here. We're just sort of wrapping things up. Down to 11. You gonna do this? Every time one of us dies, they get a whole bunch more that we have to kill. Woohoo! Victory! Blended Frog helping us all out there, just carrying the team with 33 kills and 6 assists. Entropy running away with all the goodies tonight, though. $120 Laurel, that's nice. Let's see what we got here. We got an upgrade. Let's do one more map. It's the last map of the map. Let's do the last map. I'm going to go with my normal start here, though. I'm going to put my tank out over here. For this map, at least. This is how I always seem to start this map. And let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what we got in the store. Under 20. Under 20. Under 20. Under 20. We also got featured stuff to do. We get daily laurels. And we need to use all these up. Nice, Evangeline. Getting some warm food in that belly is all it makes life a little bit more comfy. Okay, we're good for our last batch of fries here. So let's get those frying. Pull out this, at best, medium rare steak. And give this some slicing. Oh, I wasn't supposed to throw those out. I am supposed to save those. Those are silicone. And we're going to go against the grain. That's a nice medium rare. I was expecting it to be a little bit rarer. Now we're getting a little bit rare. But yeah. I don't know if I'm going to use that cheese sauce or not. It hasn't quite warmed up. Ow, that was warm. Well, you missed yesterday's dish, Evangeline. We had all sorts of pineapple last night. Oil is off. Gonna go ahead and put the lid on top of that just to be safe. Welcome back. Reheating the gravy. As I was starting to say off before, Evangeline, you missed out yesterday. We had all sorts of pineapple on the stream here yesterday. those in here. I just hidden up here. Let's see what we got for a cheese sauce here, if this is pipeable or not. That works. So we'll start off with a whole bunch of fries. Like, essentially all of them. Then we need some cheese. There we go. That looks like an appropriate amount of cheese. Beef gravy. Now let's get some photos. Zucchini fries. Well, the steak and the drizzled cheese sauce are not traditional. Those are my additions to this. The gravy, the you can go with Irish nachos too. entirely different animal, just as delicious, just as much potato. Try the steak. Let's go for the rarest piece, because that's my style. Oh, yeah. How are we looking on our battle here? We still got 15 minutes. I'm on the edge about these curds. These curds are not squeaky. I'm just not getting that squeak. Green onion works nicely with this. Alright, folks, I think I'm going to call it there. I'm not going to hold everyone around here for another 10 minutes just to get that last battle on stream. I will run that battle as soon as it comes up. Oh, that's another horrible dad joke. Let's see. Do we have anyone guiding the raid tonight? I have not seen that. Let's see who is on. I know where we'll head. I know where we shall go. Alright, I'm going to send all of you lovely folks off to go hang out with the Practical Escapist. She is showing pride for Ukraine, doing pierogies, doing, I think it's flag bread? I forget exactly what she's doing. But, hope you go and enjoy her stream. She's a lovely creator. She's also playing Stream Raiders if you'd like to join in with that over there. And, I'm going to be back here on Wednesday. So not tomorrow, but the next day. We'll be doing dino chicken nuggets for dinner and dessert. Figure out what I can turn chicken nuggets into dessert for. I hope you join me for that. I rescheduled last Sunday. Last Sunday I was planning to do a long stream doing all sorts of chicken stock, do a whole pork butt, pork shoulder, all that good jazz. I'm going to do that this Sunday, pending that my arm is continuing to recover the way it is. I think I can handle a long stream on Sunday. I hope you come and join me for it. Until then, I hope you have a great night, and see you again soon. Bye-bye now.